Hey kid, can you keep a secret? Relax, I'm not your Uncle Roy, although there is a surprise waiting for you in my pocket. And it's a video game, what else did you think it would be? But while we are on the subject of childhood memories, Milon's Secret Castle. I loved that one growing up. Have you ever heard of it? You are watching a gaming review on YouTube, so the answer is most likely yes, meaning that you are already most likely aware of its terrible reputation. Well, did you know that it has a sequel on the Super Famicom? That is not only not terrible, but is also a late-release love letter to that very console that may not sit up there with the must-plays of that generation, but it is more than deserving of that Lost Gems title. So let's do-re-mi fucking go. This is do-re-mi fantasy.
Milon no Doki Doki Daiboken.
That's the one, so let's get started. Milon's Secret Castle came out in '86, fun little NES game that had you wandering back and forth inside of an incredibly cryptic and frustrating maze of a castle. Yes, this game was incredibly hard, and yes, a dumb little kid me could barely figure out how to make it past the second floor, but that was kind of the point. Games were a lot different back then, and this wasn't the ballbuster that the angry video game nerd has played it up to be. People tend to forget that James Rolfe is playing a caricature of a whiny dork that he is mocking. Does it mean Milon's Castle is secretly great? Fuck no, but I still love the game. Although some people would call that Stockholm Syndrome.
Hey dude, for real, if Milon's been hitting you, you can tell me. You're in a safe space.
What? No, I'm good. I mean, he does hit me, but I kinda deserve it.
Yeah, I'd probably do it too, if we're being honest.
It's cool, man. He's got money. See, Milon's Secret Castle actually did pretty well. It sold around 4 million copies, although Hudson made several bad financial decisions right afterwards. Mostly the PC Engine / TurboGrafx consoles, and every single game for them. I know they are not solely responsible for every single thing that ended up in their catalog, but it's fun to blame them. They made a solid effort in the console wars, but just could not compete with Sega and Nintendo's quality. Although they were most certainly number one in panty shots and games featuring anime lesbians piloting giant mechs.
Which is why I absolutely love them. Like, so many tiny pink nipples, it's just great.
Speaking of cute, tiny, and pink, Milon is hanging out with his fairy friends in the forest along with some wild animals when some random anime demon boy named Amon shows up and catches her in his Pokeball.
Bro might be confused, he's probably thinking a Monster Rancher.
Doesn't really matter, because now we have to save her, or some random vague terrible thing will befall the forest or whatever, and so we set out. First we hit the world map, and this one be very Super Mario inspired, which was the style of the time. But this one is a bit more intentional. This game loves its references, and you are going to see a lot of them, so keep your eyes open because I will not be listing all of them, we'd be here all night.
Okay, well tell us then, what it do?
It do what one would expect a platformer to do, starting off much simpler than its predecessor. Milon can run, jump, and blow bubbles just like he used to. But now that awkward but unique diagonal tack is gone, and he just has a simple straight shot. That's a bit boring at first, but with how this game actually plays, it really was the best move. The level design in this one is a lot more straightforward, more walking left to right and less wandering around aimlessly looking for hidden walls like we're used to with the first game. That doesn't mean those elements are gone completely, just every world and stage has its own theme now, offering much more variety. You have your walking left to right levels similar to Super Mario, some vertical climbing levels like Doki Doki Mario, underwater stuff similar to Monkey Mario. There's also auto-scroll levels like the best Mario game ever, Fight Me, and even the maze levels return, though this time around they're a bit more similar to the castle levels in Mario with Dinosaurs. There's even a little bit of ability progression. Very little, but each world has contextual skills you may need, like the ability to create ladders using music. At the same time, you have semi-permanent upgrades you can find in levels like rapid fire or the ability to float while jumping. I say semi-permanent because losing all of your health means losing all of your items, but this is also a very easy game, so if you play it smart, you'll keep everything for long stretches of time, possibly your entire run. Possibly, because RNG can also get you with some of the bosses. They're all pretty easy and have low HP pools, but some have a few startup attacks that are pretty hard to avoid, so you want to come into all of these with full health just to make sure. This is seen with my favorite boss, based on the honest woodcutter fable. Except this time, instead of offering you the axes as a reward for your heroic deeds, this water nymph tosses them at your face for some pretty cheap damage.
Bro, she's a water nympho. You're lucky she didn't try to get you in the face with something else. You'll get that one later.
Defeating the bosses unlocks the magical McMuffins of this game in the form of cursed instruments that you will need to purify by finding stars. No joke, this game went so hard with the Mario references that it even snuck in a few from Mario 64, which was in production at the same time and highly documented. Nintendo literally sent the trailer to our homes on VHS. I am not kidding, it was mandatory. And so is finding literally everything in one playthrough. But not really, cause all it does is unlock an extra 10-second ending skit that kinda sucks and makes absolutely no sense when it comes to scale. But you'll most likely get it anyway, since almost every star is right on the path, and backtracking to search is incredibly minimal. None of these puzzles are harder than the easiest one you'd find in Kirby, and you can leave a stage instantly once you find them. This also comes in handy if you ever find yourself in trouble for some reason, though I seriously doubt the average player will find any part of this game all that challenging. However, you have the option to instantly leave the level even if you've never cleared it, so if you're really trying to hold on to your items, it might be worth it so you can restart the level and grab some health. Anyway, we defeat the Demon Prince, save the Pink Pixie, not too worried about the spoiler on a 30-year-old game because that would be missing the point. The original Milon had and still has a reputation for being this confusing, unbeatable mess, which is fair. We could ramble on for hours about how busted that game is. But if the goal of a sequel is to make something bigger and better, then by all means, mission accomplished. The fact that I actually wanted to finish this one and casually breezed through the entire game with not much to say, in a backwards way kinda proves that. Alright, real review for the people who stuck around. This one is kind of great, even though it's aimed at a younger audience. A lot of older gamers have a love-hate relationship with the original. It wasn't the best, but you had to take what you could get at the time. But this one's got good level design, cool boss fights, unique mechanics, changing level themes, and a constant nod to other games. Plus, with this being one of the last NES releases, it's really high quality all around. Coming out during the N64 era was obviously what hurt it the most. It never released in the West and barely even got printed in the first place. Not perfect, but it really does sit just one tier down from your Kirbys and your Donkey Kongs. Deserves much more attention. But that is enough attention for now, cause I'm out of things to say and it is 2 AM, so what game be next? No fucking clue. But a thank you to everyone for watching and to everyone who grabs up them adopts, and I will catch you in the next one.